Angry guy here, and black women are furious that foreign white women are taking the black men that they didn't want. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
I can't believe that there are still women out there who think it is cool to cut a man off and to ghost him the moment he starts catching feelings. I met my husband back in the summertime of 2001 in them Philly streets, and let me tell you, the moment he was walking up to me in his do-rag, wife beater, Phillies hat, and his sweat was looking like diamonds and shining on the skin, I wasn't catching feelings. I was head over heels for that man. And you know what? The moment I realized that he was catching feelings, it was on like Donkey Kong. I was doing everything and anything in order for him to be as comfortable as he can be when he's with me. Cutting him off was the last thing on my mind. Why would I do that? Out of fear he may leave me or hurt me? That may even happen today, and even if he would leave me, that would be a situation I would have to deal with. Ladies, let me ask you one serious question. Matter of fact, two. Why would you want to deal with a man and be quick to cut him off when you knew that you was never so serious to the point to actually build something with that man? And if you did have the intentions on building a relationship with that man, why would you want to cut him off?
The truth, honest truth, shout out to S to the B, is that modern women are not capable of peer bonding anymore. They are not capable of having legitimate relationships with men in Western society anymore. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And to request a topic for a video, see description below. I mean, guys, modern women are no longer able to pair bond, to have a legitimate, open, honest, and loving relationship with a guy. It's a very sad reality, but it's a reality that we are now actually in. It may be hard to hear, but women chose this for themselves. They chose the streets. They decided that they wanted to be independent. I mean, when you think about it, guys, right now, I make jokes all the time. I say that they have body counts higher than John Wick, body counts higher than the Doomslayer. Master Chief doesn't have anything on them when you add up their body, their scores. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's sad, but it's a choice that they have fundamentally made. A foreign woman, she sees a good man, a man that wants to provide value, that wants to be there, that wants to start something and establish something with her. She's going to jump on that. I don't know if y'all don't realize it, but keep in mind that roughly most women today don't like roughly 95% of most men, 95% of men in Western society. All right. Most women, so around 80% of women don't like 95% of men. They don't find them attractive at all. And they're all chasing the top 10% of the top 1% of men today. What that tells us is that these women no longer can pair bond. Here's something interesting. As a men, when we look at women, we look at different things. So we can find women attractive for a variety of different reasons. Women, on the other hand, they don't find 95% of men as attractive anymore, right? 95% of men are not attractive. Okay. Now, what does that now? That doesn't work in the rest of the world. In the rest of the world, is different. What this tells us about Western society is that women are now conditioned to focus on just Chads and Tyrones. They are looking for only Chads and Tyrones right now. Those are the ideal standards that they want. Okay. So anything outside of that, they can't look at a man's face and say this guy has character. If you look at a lot of the guys that women used to find attractive, going back to the 60s and 50s, even the 20s, a lot of these guys were not Chads, okay? But they had a lot of character in their faces. And they are legendary. These guys are absolutely legendary. But in modern day society, that would never happen. They would say that these guys are unattractive. They would say that these guys are not good looking. What has changed? It's the standards of women. Women are literally going for just a handful of dudes now. And that's what's destroyed Western society. It's no wonder. I mean, you have all these black women who are furious that foreign white women and Asian women, other women are taking the men that they didn't want. But in reality, they don't have any other options. You have to, statistically speaking, black women, they date outside of their race at lower rates than any other group of women in Western society. Why is that? It's because men are choosing not to date black women in Western society. Why are they choosing predominantly not to date the men of other races? Well, they look at what's happening with black men in Western society. They're looking at the communities, they're looking at the attitudes, looking at all of these factors, and they're saying, yeah, no, thank you. I don't want to get involved with this. If I want a black girl, I'm going to go to Africa. I'm going to go to Brazil. I'm going to go to Colombia. I'm going to go to the Dominican Republic. But I'm not going to go and get someone and from Western society who is responsible for the destruction of her community and the family unit. It's true. You look at modern day culture, and I've said this once and I'll say it again. These women, they look at the Black Password Bros and they're like, "Oh, we don't want you anyway," and yet they're putting all these angry videos on social media. But I've said this countlessly, and it's not just for black. It's not just for black Password Bros. It's for Password Bros, Passport Kings in general, Passport Kings. All right, these women will never. They will no longer have access to these men anymore, and the IQ rate is falling rapidly. Okay, because these are the guys. You have to think about it. The men that are passport bros. These are the men with the money. These are the men with intelligence. These are the men walking away from Western society. So the only men that women are going to be having children with in Western society are guys with lower IQs, because they don't want to have they don't want educated men. They don't want the nerd. They don't want the intelligent guy. All right. They want Chad. They want Tyrone. They want men who do not bring any real value into society. So the IQ is going to rapidly decline. And that decline, we're going to witness it over the next 10 to 20 years. Like Generation Beta, the generation that comes after Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing that the intelligence is it's substantially rapidly going down with Gen Z. It's been progressively happening. Gen Z, they are their test scores and their IQ is substantially lower than previous generations. Gen Alpha is bucking the trend. Gen Alpha cannot read at all, and they do not care whatsoever. They're trying to like bring back hooked on phonics now. Phonics, like, oh my gosh, phonics is something new. It's amazing. Like, bro, we all grew up on hooked on phonics, and now they're trying to bring it back like it's something new because these kids can't read and write at all. Come on, bro, sound it out. Nah, what's next? Schoolhouse Rock videos? Guys, this is sad, it's pathetic, but it is reality. It is the reality that has been created, and a lot of it is because of the choices that modern women have made. And then Generation Beta, the generation that comes after Gen Alpha, oh gosh, because Gen Alpha is the generation that comes after Gen Z, and Gen Beta is the generation that comes after Gen Alpha. And Gen Alpha, they're almost all of them have been born at this point. Like they're right around 13 years old now, give or take. Okay, and depending on where the dates start. And I mean, like 2024, that's it. Like, the entirety of all of them will be born very soon, and Gen Beta will be here very soon. And Gen Beta is going to have very, very low IQs. We already know that where they're going to have extremely low IQs compared to previous generations. And people are gonna say, what's going on? Oh, well, yeah, the women are going out, they're having children with men who have substantially lower IQs, and they're not in the home. I mean, what did you expect? What did you expect? And of course, women are not, they don't care. Women do not care about society being stable. They don't care about society not collapsing. They don't care about any of these things. They only care about getting their bag. It's just like Myron said from Fresh. He said, and Fit, he said, modern women today, the only thing they care about is getting their bag. They don't care about anything else in this world other than getting their bag, and they will do anything they have to do to get their bag. And men have to wake up and realize this is the reality of it. Okay? I've said it once, I'll say it again. These women, they will not have access to these men anymore. These passport kings that are leaving Western society, that are walking away from Western society, going overseas, even the ones that are not leaving, they won't have access to these men anymore. These men have decided that they are done. They have cut those lines, cut those threads, and they are moving on. And it's going to have extraordinarily negative effects on our society as a whole. And like I said, when it comes to lonely fools and lonely fans and only fools, women think that it's fun right now, but it's not going to be, because it's going to prevent them from having a lot of opportunities in the future. And no guy with any self-respect is going to want to have a relationship with someone who has put themselves on one of these platforms, and now they're going to turn around and say, "Oh, I want a good godly man," because that's what they're all doing. I talked about Tila Tequila. You know where she is right now? She's a born again Christian. After the life she lived, she is a born again Christian. And I told y'all to stay out of the church. I said there's nothing good for you there. All right. A church is just a gathering of believers in Jesus Christ. All right. It is not a building. It is not a religion. Don't let these people lie to you. It is not a group of people in a building. It's not a group of people that are a part of a religion. It's just a group of people who are believers in Jesus Christ. You have no business in the church. You're just in there for community and entertainment. And you know that God would not approve of that either. All right. A lot of y'all are gossip hounds. You love the gossip. You want to know who sister so and so is doing what with. You want to know who brother so and so, what, tax evasion and all the other stuff going on. Oh, you know who's going to jail? Jeremy's going. I knew Jeremy was going to jail. It was just a matter of time until they caught him. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's going away for a good long minute. I don't know. Yeah, he needs to go away for a good minute. Old thieving guy. Like, I mean, y'all in there for entertainment. Y'all are there in there for entertainment. All right. Y'all need to wake up and and just get it together. Like I said, guys, turn on notifications, because a lot of y'all are not getting notifications. So just click the notification bell. And also, guys, to request a video, if there's a topic you want me to cover, to request a topic for a video, see the description below, and it'll tell you how to request a video. What do you guys think regarding everything we discussed here today? Black women are furious that foreign white women are taking the black men that they didn't want. I want to hear your thoughts on this in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.